There's a new electric car in town and it seems to be causing quite a stir in the car world. We're talking about the Polestar 2, the first all-electric model to come from the Volvo offshoot and the company's best bet at cementing itself as the go-to car maker for premium EVs. The problem is that there's already a go-to brand for electric cars. It's called Tesla. Have you ever heard of it? And its latest car, the Model Y, could give the Polestar 2 quite a headache. Both are premium, mid-size SUVs for those who can't quite stretch to a Tesla Model X or Jaguar I-Pace, or for EV lovers who fancy something a little more compact than some of the larger offerings on sale today. But which one is better? Well, we thought we'd compare the stats and see which one comes out on top. Now, some may argue that the Model 3 is also a key rival to the Polestar 2, and you'd be right, but seeing as though the Swedish car is more SUV than saloon, we thought the Model Y would be a better fit for this comparison. Right, onto the comparison and, inevitably, a fair bit of flack in the comments section. Seeing as though the Polestar 2 is going on sale in the UK sooner than the Model Y, we'll look at the Swedish car first. Polestar may be its own brand, but it's clear to see that it's closely linked with Geely stablemate Volvo. The two looks a bit like an S60 at the front, albeit with a blacked out grille, given there's no engine to keep cool, and the T-shaped LED headlights are similar to those found on modern Volvos. The Volvo similarities don't stop there, as the Polestar 2 is built on the same CMA production platform as the XC40 crossover. The key difference can be found at the back of the car, as the Polestar 2 has a hatchback boot that, from a distance, gives the car a saloon-like silhouette. The body-wide LED tail lights are bespoke to Polestar 2. Tesla has gone for a more traditional approach with the Model Y. At first glance, the Model Y looks like a blown-up version of the Model 3 mixed with elements from the Model X. Underneath the Y skin is the same architecture as the Model 3, and Tesla claims that 75% of the parts you'll find in the Y can also be found in the electric saloon. The Model Y's sleek yet more conventional body shape should open up a bit more storage space. There's no official word from Tesla yet on the Model Y's carrying capacity, but it'll allegedly have 1,869 litres of storage when the maximum boot capacity and front boot, or frunk, are combined. That would make it significantly more practical than the Polestar 2, which packs a combined boot space of 1,129 litres. We'll take the Polestar 2 on looks, but the Model Y looks like it could be a more practical option here and therefore gets our vote. If you were to go for the bog standard Polestar 2, then you'll get an interior trimmed in vegan-friendly materials such as 3D knitted fabric that's made up of 100% recycled plastic bottles for the seats. You can spec leather if you fancy it, although it's a costly option, and given that the car is so friendly to the environment, why deck it out in dead cow skin? We suspect the same will be available on the Model Y. The Model 3 comes with vegan leather options, so we doubt that it'll be dropped on the Y. Overall though, the Y's cabin is more minimalistic compared to the Polestar 2, with the Swedish car adopting a more conventional interior layout. As for technology, the Polestar 2 looks significantly more techy than the Polestar 1 hybrid, which essentially use the same system you'll find in Volvo's flagships. The Polestar 2 comes with an 11-inch freestanding portrait display that's powered by Google's Android infotainment software. There's currently no Apple CarPlay support here, which I'm sure will make a few Android fans giggle, but it should become available at a later date. It's a similar story inside the Model Y. The Tesla SUV boasts a 15-inch horizontal touchscreen infotainment system that's powered by Tesla's own software. But there are a load of Google features here, including Google Maps and YouTube. The latter is obviously for when you're not driving. Like the Polestar 2, we're not expecting Apple CarPlay support on the Model Y, and we doubt it'll be added later down the line either. Both cars offer plenty of tech and different approaches to interior design, but with the Polestar 2 emphasising sustainability with so much of its interior made of recycled materials, we'll give the nod to the Swedish car. Right, onto the really important bit, the numbers. The Polestar 2 comes with a 78 kWh lithium-ion battery pack that has a WLTP rated range of 292 miles, although that shrinks to 275 under the EPA system in the US. Those who have driven the car early, though, claim to have travelled in excess of 300 miles on a single charge. So, how does that compare with the Model Y? Well, in long-range form, the Model Y has a range of 314 miles under WLTP, 316 under EPA. That slumps to a WLTP range of 298 miles, or 291 miles under EPA for the performance model. Go for the latter and you'll get a pair of electric motors, one on each axle, which will help you launch from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. That drops to 4.8 seconds on the long range, but you still get all-wheel drive and, as stated in the name, a longer range. There's only one option for the Polestar 2, and like the Model Y, it comes with two motors sending power to all four wheels. The Swede machine can sprint from 0 to 62, note the 2 mph difference to Tesla's figures, in 4.7 seconds. When all is said and done though, it's the Model Y that emerges as the winner here. This is an incredibly close battle, especially as Tesla hasn't revealed all the details on the Model Y yet. For instance, we don't know how much it'll cost when it goes on sale in the UK. US pricing will allegedly start at $60,000 or £47,000 in the UK for the performance model, with a cheaper standard range car due to join the lineup at a later date. The Polestar 2 meanwhile costs £46,900 after the £3,000 plug-in grant has been applied. So it's a close call, but the big advantage the Polestar has over the Tesla is that it'll go on sale later this year, while the Model Y isn't due to arrive in the UK until 2022. We're handing this one to the Polestar, but the Model Y is shaping up to be another excellent electric car that will no doubt sell like, well, a Tesla when it finally arrives. In the meantime though, head over to YesAuto.com for all the latest car news and reviews.